am well aware that we have a responsibility to ensure the integrity of the FISA process. We're not afraid to look at that. We must make sure it's done properly, and we're going to do that, and I'll consider their request.
That's the AG. Jeff Sessions now says seriously looking into appointing a second special prosecutor as the DOJ's Inspector General, Michael Horowitz, continues his investigation of potential FISA abuse. This during the campaign of 2016. Texas Congressman John Ratcliffe on the Judiciary Committee with me now, and nice to see you in person. Thank you for your time. You are one of just a handful of Republicans and Democrats who have seen this FISA application that was filed in October of 2016. It deals with Carter Page. Based on your conclusion of reading this application, what do you think was going on there?
Well, I think not just the initial application, but each of the 3 subsequent renewals has raised real questions about whether or not the FISA process was abused in order to obtain that warrant to surveil Carter Page.
What do you think? You've seen it.
Oh, I think absolutely there were abuses of the FISA process, and that's one of the reasons that I think that a second special counsel isn't just appropriate. I think it's necessary. Having reviewed those applications, only a special counsel bill will be able to have access to all of the documents and all of the people that are relevant to fully investigating those abuses. In other words, the Inspector General can't reach people that are beyond the jurisdiction of the Department of Justice and the FBI to the extent that those folks involve people at other agencies like the State Department or former employees of the Department of Justice or FBI.
Talking about interviews and trying to get information and gather a case, essentially.
Absolutely.
But Jeff Sessions made the point yesterday they've got an Inspector General on this job, and that IG has 500 people working for him. Why is that not enough?
Because none of those 500 people have the jurisdiction to go back and compel the testimony from people that are outside of the Department of Justice and the FBI currently or at other federal agencies like the State Department.
So it comes back to the same argument. What access you get.
Jurisdictional challenges make a second special counsel unavoidable, in my opinion.
What do you think they find in the end?
I think that ultimately they will find that there were departures from whether or not full disclosures were made as required to the FISA court as it relates to the dossier, the Christopher Steele dossier, and the other documents that were used to get the warrant issued against an American citizen.
Can you prosecute that?
Oh, absolutely. There are all sorts of criminality that can arise from those types of abuses. If someone's civil rights have been violated under color of law, that is a crime. If disclosures, material omissions were not made to the court, that can be a crime. If certain evidence was acquired through the suborning of perjury, that can be a crime. So all of those things, Bill, really need to be looked at by a special counsel because the American people clearly have concerns about this.
You've got a ways to go, and I think you would agree on that. Sir, thank you for being here in person, okay? John Ratcliffe, the Republican from Texas. Thank you.
You bet.